Rock 108, Iowa's Pure Rock. This is Peyton. I'm hanging out in the studio with the Zealots. They are from out in the Quad Cities. You may recognize a couple of their tunes. They've been played on Rock 108 during the 420 music meeting, as well as a few times during Noise from the Garage, which you'll hear some songs from them this evening on the segment as well. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yo, what up? What's good?
All right, well, since we have four lovely gentlemen in the studio, would you like to introduce yourselves? People can put a name to the voice.
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Micah, and I sing in the band.
My name is Colton, and I play guitar and bass.
I'm Adam, and I play the drums.
I'm Ryan, and I also play guitar and the bass.
Awesome. So you guys just had a handful of shows. You got one tonight as well. They're going to be hanging out in Clinton, Iowa this evening. Last night, they were at our favorite spot, Spicoli's Reverb in Waterloo. How was the show last night?
Oh, it was awesome.
Was it? Yes, they
It was a
opened for
darn good
Discrepancies.
Yeah.
Always a good time seeing those
St.
guys.
Louis boys.
Yeah, that was
Down
awesome.
under.
Some rap rock.
They were
Some
killing
rap
it.
rock,
They
yes.
actually played Points of Authority, 99 Problems by Linkin Park and Jay-Z.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's
That
blew my
awesome.
mind.
They did a really
Fun.
good cover of that. And they were cool to hang out with, too, before and after. So
Good.
it
That's
was a good
always
time.
nice to hear. You
boys.
never know. We Spicoli's had Cottonmouth Kings there the night before, so it's kind of been a weekend of that like
Nice.
rap
cool.
rock stuff. And it was a fun show as well. I was there for the Cottonmouth Kings, and
Okay.
Spicoli's always does a nice job with their shows, though. So I'm glad you guys had a great time there last night. And then before that, you were in Minnesota, and the day before that, you were in Illinois.
Yeah.
Had a nice little.
Bouncing around.
Right, I see that.
Thursday
Nice
through
little weekend
Sunday.
getaway.
Yeah, Weekend Warriors.
Weekend
that was
Warriors, I
fun.
love it.
Yeah,
How were those shows?
Actually,
Good.
we did Rockford on Thursday, and that was like the craziest Thursday night of all eternity.
Of all
Really?
Thursday
Yeah,
nights.
we had,
Pretty
we had a
darn good one.
crazy Thursday night.
That's awesome.
And then
Fridley. We played Fridley, Minnesota.
Yes.
We played at this place called Route 47 Pub and Grub. And there was also a 60th birthday party going on while we were playing.
yeah,
So shout out to, we never got their names.
we
Oh,
sang
that's
happy
all right.
birthday.
Well,
Their
happy
names.
birthday.
Yeah, we sang happy birthday to them on
Well, that's
stage.
nice of you.
And they kind of ignored us, but I was
Oh,
like,
well.
halfway through the birthday song, I was like, we should not be doing this.
That's
But
funny.
commitment.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't stop a birthday song.
You
once start
can.
it.
You can. It just might be a little awkward for
Yeah.
everyone there.
It's like stopping the national anthem halfway
Right.
through and just walking
So
out.
for the shows in Minnesota and Illinois, were you guys, was it just your own show? Were you playing with any other bands on those dates or?
Those ones, well, they were just local support and,
Yeah.
and us playing, which we were new to Rockford and we played Minneapolis a lot, but Fridley's kind of out there a little bit, so
Yeah.
that was new too. So we're just trying to hit some of these other areas that are still Midwest.
Right.
homeland, But little-
Rockford, we played with a band
Little
called
different.
Static Signal, and those guys were really dope.
Yeah.
Cool
Yeah.
dudes
Cool.
to hang out with. They
Static Signal's dope.
they made it a good time.
And then,
Awesome.
Strange Days, Daze, up in Fridley.
Oh, yeah,
Fridley.
I like the names.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
They
from
have
Illinois
stuff
actually.
nice.
Not terribly far from Rockford, and it is they got a couple of pretty nice little venues out over there. But that's what's convenient about you guys being out in the Quad Cities. You could kind of get all over the Midwest pretty
Oh, yeah.
easily.
It's a nice little hub to.
It is. And the Quad
Sprout
Cities
from.
themselves have a really amazing music scene. Probably half the bands I play from Iowa come out of the Quad Cities on Noise from the Garage. So
Right on.
it's cool to have a nice hub for music there.
There's a lot of up and coming, like just
Yeah, it's-
constant new stuff.
It's definitely
coming out of
developing
there,
more and
so
more.
Yes. Love it.
Good problem.
Awesome. So you guys came out with an album earlier this year called Only Rocks Live Forever. When was the
Yeah.
official release for that?
It was June 1st,
Okay.
2018.
Awesome. So it's still nice and fresh.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I seriously love every single song on this album. I was driving, listening to it.
Yeah.
I'm like waiting for a song to come up for me to just be like, meh. And not a single one came up. So of course I brought it in here to Rock 108. I had to make everyone else listen to it. And we love it. It's such a fun album. Every song, it has its own life to it. But every song has the Zealot sound So do you guys have anything you want to talk about the album? Anything about the recording process? Any specific songs that mean a little something to you?
Well, I mean, the album itself, I mean, Ryan, Adam, you guys, the sound sample at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, the concept, basically, me and Adam were at our grandpa's doing some yard work one day, and he watches Westerns all the time.
Like always.
And so he just said, click info on that, and then I clicked info so we could see what episode it was, and it was Only Rocks Live Forever, and then, like, literally right after that, the little sample that we put in the beginning of the album was played over the episode, and I was like, oh, that just, like... Oh, actually, it was just a song title at first, and we were going to name the album other stuff. And then we were like, what is it that'll identify with what we're doing on the album to make it, like, all come together? And felt like the whole saying, Only Rocks Live Forever encompasses what we're
Absolutely. So how
trying
long
to do.
Yeah, no, I love it. I was going to say, it's a sample I've never heard before. I had no idea where it had come from. Thought it was cool, and it does, as, you know, the title track for the album, it definitely sets a nice tone for the whole album as a whole.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So also the song Tequila Mockingbird is so fun. How did you guys come up with that? Did you hear it somewhere else where you sipping tequila and came up with it?
We have a notes.
We like
a little note.
mashing up funny little phrases
Yeah.
and being a little kind of quirky with it. And we were talking about To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes.
And then we might have been a little inebriated, and it
As
kind
you
of
should be.
slurred into Tequila Mockingbird.
Start jamming
And
out,
then
man.
that kind of just became a working song title on this riff that we didn't even have like a full structure for. And Ryan and I were kind of going back and forth on, you know, just vibing it out.
Yeah, I think we were we were practicing another song, and then, like, on a sound check in between, like, tuning up, we just came up with that riff, and that one just popped up out of nowhere.
We have a few other song titles. We actually keep a little notes full of random song
That's awesome.
titles.
That's smart, because I feel like I always come up with like really clever shit, and I'm like, I'm gonna remember that, and I'm gonna do something with it. Never, nope, it's gone into the abyss.
Wordplays,
Yep.
little wordplays and puns.
We do that all the time. We just start jamming and something cool, and then like the next night we're like, dude, what did we do? We have no idea.
Here's some new song titles. We haven't wrote songs for
Awesome.
yet. Wet Pocket.
Interested to see where that one can go.
Fake Snake. This one's my favorite. South Pall Mall.
I'm really digging the handshake conversations.
That's a good one.
There's one on here called 6 on 7 because
I had $6 to my name, and I needed gas desperately, so I walked into the gas station, and I was like, can I please get 6 on 7? And I was like, that sounds just like a
Ario
shitty
Speed Dragon.
Ario Speed Dragon, that's a good
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in there.
I appreciate that you guys have song titles before songs, because I feel like coming up with the name would be the harder part. You guys are ahead of the game now.
Yeah, I feel like that's the hardest part, so once
It
you
is.
get that out of the way,
Right.
it's all downhill from there.
right. It's
Then you got it
perfect.
done.
So what is a normal songwriting session in the life of the Zealots? If there is even anything normal. There doesn't have to be, but
Well, it's just we just start by jamming.
Yeah.
We just get 4 sweaty boys in a basement studio, and we just start hauling away. Like a groove can start from anything.
sometimes it's a riff, sometimes it's drums, sometimes it's Micah singing something, and then sometimes it's so perfect and it just all happens so perfect.
Yeah, it all just sometimes something happens all at once, and we're like, "Whoa, is anybody recording that?" And no, it's gone forever.
And other times it's like, I quit.
I can't write anything.
I suck.
that's awesome. Well, yeah, I could tell you guys definitely all flow very well together.
Yeah, we got a nice chemistry.
Yeah.
do. It's cute. It's radio, so no one can see, but they're all hugging and loving each other.
Don't touch me.
So Only Rocks Live Forever came out in June of this year. Are there previous releases that people can find and listen
We
to?
did a 4-song EP.
Yeah, we had a number of singles, and then we did a 4-song EP leading up to the Only Rocks release. And we're already cooking on some new stuff.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
got some new
Nice.
new news.
Getting prepared for next year, and so we'll have a past, a present, and a future.
It's usually how
people hear
things
this.
work. That's good.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Well, that's good that you said to bring you into next year because I was going to touch on, the rest of 2018. If you guys do have any official plans on singles coming out or any other tour dates coming up, anything fun like that to chat about.
I can guarantee there's going to be another single coming out probably by the end of
Yeah.
this year.
Oh yeah.
At
Either
least-
very end or early next year.
Yeah.
Whenever we can. Because we also want to hit the road for quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
within
like-
the next 6 months, there'll be some new jams.
Awesome.
On the on the long end of things. But yeah,
Heck yeah.
tours and some new jams, new yams, canned yams,
Yeah, just
all the spices,
Gotta have spaces.
house blend coming at you hot.
Awesome. So
Press.
now let's talk. That was the future. We've been talking about the present. Let's talk about the past a little bit and how you guys formed as the Zealots.
well, it's how long do you got?
I mean, I don't go on air till 4. We got time.
All right. Well, me and me, Ryan, and Adam, we've known each other for a very long time. We were like neighbors growing up, so
Awesome.
we've known each other since we were like 5 and 6, and we just always said we're gonna be in a band together, and
The heart throbbing.
yeah. But yeah, we so they ended up moving away. Life dragged us apart. Life
Yes.
brought us back, and
From the grave.
yeah, from the grave. And then we started playing some rock and roll music together, and lo and behold, good buddy Colton. We've I've been friends with Colton for a very long time. And,
We all have.
Yeah, over 10 years.
Right?
And so
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
We've been
good.
friends.
I guess we've been
can
friends.
kind of be
Yeah,
friends.
we've been.
yeah,
I haven't done.
Colton's
say
like,
we've
I
been
don't even know
friends.
these
Associates.
people.
yeah.
No, I
so-
met Micah back in like 8th grade, and we were doing some crappy garage band pop punk. And then Ryan came back into town. I was like, "Oh, who's this dude?" He
Well,
he
we
jam-
played-
Or actually, you were there right before you left, and I was like, "This dude jams." I'm like, "Let's do this." Like,
Didn't
let's
we
all
all
play
we all
together.
played a couple of birthday parties.
And then
Yeah.
they moved away, and I was like, "No."
I'd like come back to visit in the summers, and me and Colton would finally get to like jam out and we'd play some awesome flatbed truck in the back of a birthday party and like have a blast. I'm like, dude, this stinks. I gotta go back home to Georgia. And then finally, like all these years later, I was working at the mall and like we were doing the Zealots, looking for another piece, and Colton was like just walking in there, and we both had just cut our long hair, so like.
And they both have very beautiful long
It
hair.
is so funny because we worked so hard on it, and then we both saw each other. We're
I was
like,
like,
"Dude, you should have kept
"You
your
know
hair
what?
long." He's like, "You
I'm
should
not
have kept
doing
your hair
anything.
long."
I'm not in a band. I can't whip this hair around. I'm cutting it. I need to change. And then Ryan's like, "What'd you do?" And I'm like, "I still want to be in the band."
We just like I saw him at the mall eating, and I was eating, and then it was like, "Oh, dude, let's hang out. Why haven't we done this?"
We're both eating it. We both got short hair now.
I know it's
We
like
love music. We should probably be best friends.
Everybody thinks we're brothers. Seriously,
I mean, I can
everybody.
see it.
Dinosaur?
I can see it.
Velociraptor.
People will yell at Colton, and they think they're yelling at me, or they'll
Yeah,
be
that was the
vice
worst.
versa.
Some dude got right in my face, and I won't say who, but and he was like, "God darn it, Ryan!" And I was like, "Dude, I'm Colton." He's like, "I know who you are," and I was like, "No, I'm
No, you
I'm not
don't.
Ryan."
the owner of this bar was absolutely obliterated
Sounds
by this
like
point.
probably.
But
Oh
it was
no.
wild.
He was seeing doubles.
Literally.
Oh my goodness. All right, the last topic I guess I really had to chat about was the name of the band. How did you guys decide on the Zealots?
Well, it was a crisp evening drive home from the studio. Our first single we did, me and Michael were just trying to record it to find everybody. Because Adam at the time was too young. My mom wouldn't let him in the band. So when we were doing this, we were trying to figure out a name for this new single we wanted to release to like put out the feelers for new bandmates. And the concept of the Zealots is like the freedom fighters, uncompromising in an ideal or belief. For me, growing up, I read a book called The Bronze Bow, so it had a very religious, like, origin. But we're kind of like the zealots of rock and roll in our mind because we love rock and roll. We want to be a staple in helping making sure that stuff.
We want to
doesn't-
rip it up.
We don't want it to go anywhere. Rock and roll is not dead, and we're here to prove it. So.
It's true.
Yeah.
I love it.
Got a pulse.
You hear that?
Yes. That's awesome. Okay, so lastly, just social media sites people can find you, find your music on. Are you everywhere?
Yeah, we are absolutely everywhere. We got Facebook. Just type in the Zealots. We're the one with the blue check mark, verified. Thank you, Zuckerberg. And we got a Twitter at We Are the Zealots, and our Instagram is also at We Are the Zealots.
Spotify.
We got Spotify, Apple Music.
Dude, you can catch us on Snapchat
Yeah, it's at the Zealots.
at the Zealots.
Awesome.
Yeah, Snapchat.
Tip.
What else? I mean, there's every site that has music.
Tweeter.
YouTube.
I already got Twitter.
Tweeter.
Hit us up on Twitter. For real.
All right, so they're everywhere. Nice and easy to find. I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for taking some time to come and chat with us here at Rock
Thank you.
108.
Thank you for having us. We
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
And again, these guys are performing tonight out in Clinton, Iowa at Hook's Pub. So I hope you have a blast at another show.
Thank you much.
You're welcome, and I'm sure we will chat with you soon.
Well,
All right, this is Peyton and the Zealots with Rock 108.